Hey everyone, so today is Sunday, January 31st. Tomorrow starts February, and I am starting off my process of vlogging my writing of holiday romances. Today's been a pretty chill day, but still kind of a creative and motivating kind of day. I always start off my Sunday mornings with a writing stream to work on Cancel Sean Boston with RK. And today I'm gonna do some work on some of the holiday romances that I'm working on, and I wanted to take everyone through that process. So right now I've dedicated this journal right here. My mom got me this journal for Christmas, so I've been devoting this one to notes that I've been taking for the holiday romance series that I want to write. I'll put some videos up in the cards, but I have done a couple videos talking about how one of the things I want to release this year is to try writing some shorter holiday romances, you know, cute Hallmark movie style things, because I love cheesy holiday romances, so I'm really excited. So I've been plotting them out in this book, and my plan for the year is to have a Halloween romance, a Christmas romance, and a New Year's romance. And they're all going to be shorter. I think they're going to be closer to novella length rather than like full feature novel. Is that a, people talk about feature films. Do people say feature novel? I don't know. But it's going to be more of a novella length type of thing, so that I can release 3 of them this year, and then I'll probably continue the series after that because I like holiday romances and I want to do them for more holidays afterwards too, like, you know, Valentine's Day. I wanted to put this video out right around Valentine's Day to talk about the holiday romance writing process because I thought it would be fitting thematically. So I'm going to take everyone through kind of what I'm doing. Right now what I have is so the week after Christmas when I was taking a little time off, I just did this new ideas brainstorming page where I just wrote down a bunch of ideas, and it was nice to do this when I was taking a time off because I'm like, right now this is not work, there's no deadline for this, I'm just gonna explore all the new ideas in my head, and it helped me be like, writing is fun. And then today I've been working really hard in 2021 to be able to take off 1 day a week, so I took off all of yesterday, of Saturday, and read books all day. And then today, I was like, I can take off most of Sunday, too. I have a lot of work to do this coming week, so I'm like, I'll jam-pack it in there and take it a little easy today, but I want this to not feel like work. I'm just kind of doing what I'm motivated to do in that moment when I'm on the weekends. Right now, I'm motivated to work on these stories. And I brainstormed some log lines and potential titles, and then I mapped out character relationships over here and drew a rough map of, I'm gonna do a small town kind of thing because we all love those romances in small towns. And then on this page I did a very rough outline. I did the Save the Cat style outline for The Girl in the Pumpkin Mask, which is my tentative title for the Halloween one. I think that one's gonna be called The Girl in the Pumpkin Mask. Then what I started doing was using dictation software. So I downloaded this app called Otter. I downloaded this app called Otter where you record, it's like a speech-to-text app, so I just talk out loud into it and it records what I'm saying, and then I can copy and paste that into Google Docs and then it'll be in there. I found that it's really, even though a lot of people have remarked that my writing style is really conversational and casual and that's what people like about it, which that's what I like to do too, but I've noticed that because I talk so much and because I ramble so much and I'm so verbose, when I talk into the app, it ends up being a little bit of nonsense. So what I'm doing is actually making a more detailed outline through dictation software. So I made the rough Save the Cat beat sheet outline in my notebook. Now I'm using the dictation software to kind of summarize what's going to happen every chapter. So I have this long-running summary in a Google Docs where I'm like,
and then she says this to her, and then she explains this thing, and then they do this, and then they decide they're going to do this action.
And none of it sounds professional, none of it is well written. It's just basically a more detailed outline. So that when I do sit down to write it, I have a very clear idea of where everything's going to go, and the writing process will be, I hope, should feel easy and fun because that's kind of the idea behind this. We'll see where it goes. This is my first attempt at this. I know I have a lot of friends who are very prolific at writing romance, and it's definitely a genre where people write a lot and write often, so it's a little intimidating, but at the same time, I like reading stories where people fall in love, and I love cheesy holiday romances, so I think this is going to be a really fun experience. But for now, I'm going to head off of this vlog to go dictate more of my outline for The Girl in the Pumpkin Mask, and then I might start dictating the outlines for my potential Christmas romance and New Year's romance. I'm not sure what the Christmas one's going to be called yet. The New Year's one is going to be called A Few Beers for New Year's, because I like rhymes, and it's going to be a enemies to lovers story about 2 rival brewery owners who want to get as many customers in their bar for New Year's. So I'm really excited for that. But I'm going to get back to doing that now, and then I'll check in later on. Hey, so it's still January 31st, it's still Sunday, but it's towards the end of the day now, it's like 10 p.m., so I've got a beer, and I had a shower, and my hair is looking good, and I've gotten a decent amount of writing done today, especially considering that I kind of let today be like a fun writing day and not have like super big, you must accomplish this goal today. Today's just been kind of for exploring ideas and seeing where they go. One thing I accomplished today was that I wrote out like a little back cover copy thing for all 3 of the books that I want to put out this year. I decided that, I was like, what should I call this series? What should I call this set of stories? Because my plan is to put out a Halloween romance, a Christmas romance, and a New Year's romance, and then after that to put out like a box set. For New Year's, the 3rd one will come out, but there will also be like a collection of all 3 you can get together as like one ebook file. I think I'm gonna do something like that. So I was like, what am I gonna call this series? And then I was like, why don't I just call it like exactly what it is, which is Savvy's Bisexual Holiday Romance 2021 Collection. Because I'm hoping to the following year do new holidays additionally, so I want to keep writing a little bit more. So I started working on the first one, which is the Halloween romance, which is The Girl in the Pumpkin Mask. And I got, 2,400 words of it written today. That's not too bad. I have the back cover copy here, and then like I've talked about in the past, because Amazon works kind of like a search engine, especially in the ebook world. I wanted to do the thing where you put a lot of keywords in the title, so the title will be The Girl in the Pumpkin Mask, but then it's going to have a subtitle that just kind of puts in all the keywords of different romance tropes that people might be searching for, so hopefully that helps. So here guys, let me read you the summary of what this first one's going to be about. When Zoe Kane began her freshman year at Pepper Falls University, all she wanted was to play her trumpet in the marching band and spend her free time with her horror movie-obsessed best friend Liz and her football star boyfriend Kevin. But when she catches Kevin cheating on her with Allison Denver, the frustratingly gorgeous head cheerleader after the Halloween homecoming game, Zoe wants to get revenge. With the help of Liz's horror movie prosthetics, Zoe decides to crash Allison's big Halloween party and play a Carrie-inspired prank on her. But Allison has a different side of the story. And Allison doesn't realize that Zoe is the girl at the party, disguised in a big pumpkin mask. The girl that she's starting to fall in love with. So we got some mistaken identity, we got a little bit of enemies to lovers, we've got a little bit of a love triangle, we've got all of the fun things going on in this, just tropes on tropes on tropes. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But I'm hoping that this can be a love triangle thing that subverts your expectations. We've all seen the story where it's there's the nerdy girl, and the hot girl, and the guy, and will he choose the popular girl or the nerdy girl? He's gonna choose the nerdy girl because she's the protagonist, and it's no. In this one, the girls end up together. Spoiler alert, it's a romance novel. What were you expecting? I want to make sure each book is setting up for the next book, because they're all going to be interconnected stories, even though they're 3 completely separate stories with separate characters. But they're also going to be interconnected because it's side characters from this book are main characters in this book, and that kind of thing. So I want to make sure they're all setting up for a way to naturally flow one into the next, so it can be a trilogy kind of, but a trilogy of companion books, I guess, if that makes sense. So I might jump over to working on book 2, which is going to be the Christmas romance. Let me read about this one real quick. This one I dedicated to my good friends Ben Shapiro and Classically Abby, because they were specifically requesting that Christmas romances should have more faith and religion in them, so I decided to set this gay Christmas romance in an LGBT positive church. Just for them. I hope you guys enjoy it. So this is what the second one's going to be. So I might start working on this one for a little bit. This one's shortly after turning 21 on Thanksgiving, Nick Franco left Pepper Falls behind to move out to New York with his girlfriend Megan in pursuit of hitting the big time in rock and roll. After running out of money and watching his relationship fall apart, Nick returns to Pepper Falls for Christmas, hoping he can secure his former spot in his church's Christian rock band. But his spot at the drum set has already been filled by Liam McFinley, his former bandmate and ex-best friend. Now the Pepper Falls Christmas musical is drawing near, and Nick and Liam have to collaborate on on the percussion part. As Nick tries to earn Liam's forgiveness and find his way back into his band, he realizes that friendship might not be all he wants. So that's, we're doing the stereotypical, like, big city to the small town person goes to the big city and then comes back to the small town. I'm just throwing in holiday romance tropes because I think those movies are so fun and heartwarming, and I'm gonna, like, add elements of that into this. Then, the final one, this is the one I'm actually most excited about, called A Few Beers for New Year's. One, because the title rhymes, and two, because I love the enemies to lovers, but they're both business owners trope. Like, that shouldn't surprise anyone. But this one, so this is the one where it is a male-female relationship, and I'm really excited for this one. I like my head, Caroline and Jeremy are both really hot. That's why I like it. I fall in love with my characters. It's unhealthy, but I'm a writer, so what can I say? So it says, for the past 2 years, Caroline Kane has run the most successful brewery in Pepper Falls. Every New Year's Eve is when she makes all her money as the entire town gathers at Kane & Co. Brew Pub. But when her childhood best friend, Jeremy Doxson, returns from living abroad in Germany following a breakup with his European boyfriend, he opens up his own pub right across the street. For the first time, Caroline has competition. Through a series of hijinks to secure their small town's full New Year's Eve crowd, Caroline and Jeremy begin to wonder what they may have become if he'd never left in the first place. So, again, we kind of got that coming back to a small town thing, but also this one's like the childhood friends to rivals to lovers, right? So they're like, this is gonna be fun. I'm so excited for this. All right, I'm gonna bounce around and work on a few of these different ones so that I can develop the other characters, because Caroline, the brewery owner in the third book, is the older sister of Zoe, the marching band girl in the pumpkin mask from the first book. So we're drawing connections here, and I'm working on that. So I'm gonna hop off of here for a minute and go do some actual writing. So it is Thursday, February 4th right now, and I'm doing a little update on the romance novel writing process. So last night, as you guys probably know, was Wednesday night, at least from the perspective of where I'm filming this right now. So it was Wednesday night, which meant I had my Wednesday night author sleepover live stream. Really fun. During the live stream, my main goal was to get a lot of work done on the Savvy Business Owner workbook to go with the book as a companion. However, I was just like really in the mood to write holiday romances. I think because there's like snowstorm in Chicago outside, and like I'm just feeling like cozy and romantic. So I did get a decent amount of work done on the business workbook, but during some of the writing sprints at the sleepover stream, I was really like, oh, I just need to do some romance. Like I'm just like feeling romantic and cute right now. So I did a little bit of free writing, a little more free writing in this notebook. I just kind of like, and I'm bouncing around. That's one thing I found too, is I've been bouncing around between the 3 different books, because I'm going to release this 3-book collection, in October, then November, then December, and then I'll release like the full thing as a box set as well. And I wanted to, I really want them to be interconnected because they all take place in the same universe, and the characters all know each other in some respect. Like, they're all connected. Some are siblings, some are, friends, whatever. And I wanted to have a lot of, setup where it's like, okay, so we know who this character is, who's the main character of book 2, because we saw them in book 1. So by bouncing around between the 3 different books, it's giving me a lot more insight and helping me develop where each character's going. So then when I go back to the other one, I'm like, oh, here might be a place where I can insert some little side character actions with them. That's at least what I'm working on right now and seeing how that goes. That and I just feel inspired to write different things with different characters at different times. I'm like, today I'm feeling like writing this cheerleader marching band romance, and then now I'm feeling like writing the Christmas rock band romance, and now I'm feeling the rival brewery romance. It's just kind of all going through my head. And what's really fun working on this in advance, when I'm not there isn't an immediate deadline. There is an immediate deadline. October 1st is when the first one's coming out, but that is so far off in the future and I have so many other projects to work on in between then. What's fun is that I can work on a project I have a deadline for, and then when this project, like when I'm feeling like really jazzed up about this project, I can almost just like let myself sink into it and have a lot of fun. So it's kind of bringing back some of that joy of free writing and not feeling that pressure. I hope people like this, but I'm going to continue that journey. I'm going to work a little bit more on writing these, and then I'll give you guys another update once I have one. So see you soon. Everybody, so it is Thursday, February 11th now, and I'm checking back in on this romance writing vlog. And while I'm checking back in and wrapping everything up for this week's vlog, I wanted to post this right around Valentine's Day time, so that's why I'm wrapping up this one, but then I'm going to be doing more as I continue in the romance writing arena. But while I'm doing this, I'm actually also preparing for a cooking live stream that I'm about to do, and I'm probably going to film a video about Amway tonight. We'll see. Either way, while I do this, I wanted to try out this Animal Crossing Tom Nook makeup palette that I got. So if you saw my live stream doing that, so I'm going to just do that while I talk about this. So this past week has been good overall for the romance, or the past couple weeks have been good for romance novel writing. It's been a good experience. I will say that I have had to prioritize other projects in the meantime, and I guess that's kind of what's nice about trying to balance a couple different kinds of projects right now. And I talked about this as well in the motivation video that I put out last week. The idea that, you know, when you're doing so many different projects at once, you can kind of prioritize different ones at different times. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what I've learned so far in the first, 2 or 3 weeks that I've spent working on, outlining and drafting for some holiday romances. I like that not only is this a project that's for the future from now, like the fairly distant future, like months from now, so that not only can I, work on this when I feel most motivated right now because there isn't an immediate, upcoming deadline. Not only that, ooh, that's too much. Not only that, but also, I can switch up the projects within the project, right? Because I'm working on writing 3 books and I want to have, 3 novellas out for the end of 2021. So it's okay, I'm feeling the Christmas one tonight. We've been having snowstorms in Chicago the past, couple weeks. So it's been kind of nice. I love that there's a shade called CEO. You need to make a Boss Babe shade or something. That'd be so fun. And it's so sparkly too. But I can be okay, tonight I'm feeling the Halloween romance. Tonight I'm feeling the Christmas romance. Tonight I'm feeling the I've been feeling the New Year's one especially, even though that's the one I've done the least actual writing on. The Halloween and Christmas ones, I've gotten not that far into each first draft, but I've at least finished the outlining and started writing the draft itself for those. With the New Year's one, I'm still in the outlining phase and I haven't actually written any words down yet for the book itself, but that's the one I'm most excited about, and I think it's just because I relate to it the most. I think the characters are in their mid to late 20s as opposed to the characters are a little younger in the other 2 that I'm working on, and just small business owner culture and brewery culture and stuff like that. I feel kind of like that. I feel I can kind of relate to it. So I'm having fun with that. So just as a wrap up to a couple different things I've tried out with this, one thing I've found really useful has been dictation software. And I've mentioned this before, and if you've been watching my sleepover streams, you've probably seen me trying out dictation software on those streams. I started using this app called Otter, as I've mentioned, and I've noticed that the way my writing style works, a lot of people assumed that I would be able to very easily just dictate the novel verbatim from the beginning because I tend to have a very conversational style of writing. But that actually wasn't working very well. I was getting tripped up all over the place. I was really struggling with that. So what someone recommended to me on my sleepover stream was like, well, Savvy, what if what you did instead... was to dictate your outline. So like if you don't know where the story's going yet, you can dictate the outline. So now my outlines, like when I dictate them into the software and then I upload it onto Google Docs, it'll be like...
So then this happens, and then it's like this, but it's also kind of like this, right? I'm going all over the place.
And it's very fun because then I can decipher my own nonsense that I'm talking about, and I have a really good time with that. And I've been kind of hopping back and forth between those, and my goals now, I've been kind of adjusting my schedule, like my schedule and my planner and things like that. So my goal, right now, obviously my biggest goal is to finish the Savvy Business Owner Workbook because that is going to be releasing in March. That's at least my plan for that. I'm pretty sure I'll have by March 8th, the 6-month anniversary of Savvy Business Owner, the book. I'm pretty sure by then I will have the workbook downloadable PDF available for my Patreon supporters, because $5 not Patreon supporters, you guys are getting it for free, as I mentioned. So I've been trying to work on that and make sure that's ready for everyone. I'm hoping that the physical book will be available then too, but I might need an extra week on that just because I'm kind of all over the place. But I'm going to continue vlogging the process of making that as well. So I've had to kind of take the focus, shift it a little bit during my writing streams away from the romance novels and instead focus on the workbook just to make sure it's all ready in time, because I want to make sure that I can get that one out first, and then the romance novels, my goals will be to get those out, as I've mentioned, October, November, December. And here's my big glitter. Guys, I love putting just glitter everywhere. I just love glitter. I'm kind of making this up as I go. In the past, when I've done makeup in videos, I follow a tutorial explicitly because I legit have no idea what I'm doing. So if this turns out bad, that's okay, because I'm going to go on a cooking stream and I'm going to cut an onion and I'm going to cry so much from cutting the onion that I'll probably ruin all the makeup anyway, so who cares? And then when I film my Amway video, I'll have to do it all again. But that's okay, because it's a Thursday while I'm filming this and we're just having fun. We're just having fun on a Thursday. Cool, so that's how my eyes are gonna look right now. I think I look pretty stupid, but that's okay because I had fun and that's all that matters, right? Nothing else in this world matters. We're in a pandemic. No one's gonna see me anywhere. What do you guys think about this? What specific, because I want to keep vlogging it, what specific vlogs would you like to see about this process? What things do you want to know as I take you through this writing journey? Let me know in the comments below because I want to know how my videos can best help other people. Thank you guys for watching my romance writing vlog. I hope that you enjoy as I continue to go along this journey. Hope you all had a fantastic Valentine's Day. Happy Monday. I'll see you on my stream on Wednesday night. Bye!
Hit you some nuts.
There was lots of memes.
Makes me wonder if I should take up lesbianism.
Chicago.
You guys asked for it.